Equity Mate.
I will say this about investing. Everything you do learn is cumulative. What I learned at 20 is useful.
Welcome to another special episode of Equity Mates, where we are searching for Australia's next top trader. We're a podcast that breaks down the world of investing from beginning to dividend so that you can hopefully make some returns. My name is Bryce, and as always, I'm joined by my searcher-in-chief, head of research, Brains Trust, equity buddy, Ren. How are you going, bro?
I'm good, Bryce. Don't know if I can live up to that introduction, but I'll try.
Well, episode 2 in our series for Australia's Next Top Trader, where we are finding Australia's best university trader, sending them to New York. Let's get cracking. This episode is all about finding inspiration, Ren. One of the hardest things about starting your investing journey is finding a stock to buy.
Yeah. I mean, it really is the critical part of the game.
It is. You're right.
The game. Our trading game, but also just, the game of investing more generally. It's all
Absolutely.
about finding ideas and making sure they're good ideas.
So by this point, our competitors will have hopefully signed up. They will have received some awesome content, some videos, and are looking to buy their first stock. And that's what this is all about. One of the biggest barriers, as we said, is understanding and trying to figure out what to buy. Finding inspiration is one of the hardest parts. So there's 3 ways, Ren, that you can find, or 3 ways of finding stocks.
Yeah, well, there's millions, but let's
focus on 3.
Let's talk about 3 sort of general ones that people can probably follow for the competition, and if they're starting out, can follow in their own investing journey.
All right.
But as you go, you'll find other ways. Should we kick it off with number 1?
Yeah, let's do it. What do we got?
So number 1 is let the numbers do the talking. And this is probably the stereotypical thing you see in like Wall Street movies and stuff. It's looking at charts, it's looking at, financial metrics, and trying to find different indicators or different things that you look for. One thing that in one of the videos that we made with Matt from Stake, he talks about looking at charts and trying to find charts that go from the bottom left of the page to the top right of the page. That means that the company's been on a bit of a tear. Or other investors will look at some different metrics and ratios to try and find things that they like. One common one is price to earnings ratio, and a low price to earnings ratio means it's a low share price for the amount of profit the company's making. So number 1, let the numbers do the talking, try and find companies with really good metrics, and then buy those ones.
To get a bit of an understanding of what price to earnings ratio means in a bit more detail, along with a number of other key trading terminology, head to our website. We've got a glossary there of all key terms that you need to know, and we also have a Pardon the Jargon episode that will be coming later in this series. So don't panic if you didn't understand what Ren was talking about there, because we will delve into it a bit deeper.
Yeah, well, if you didn't understand, maybe that method isn't for you. Maybe the method number 2 is the right one, and that is follow the leader. So in investing, there's no points for originality. No one cares where you got your ideas from. So if you hear a good idea from someone else, and you follow it and you make money, that's just as good as coming up with an idea yourself and making money from it. So there's plenty of resources out there where you can read about what other investors are looking at. Financial Twitter is a goldmine for people who are very open with their ideas. So definitely jump on Twitter and have a look around. You can also find investor letters and quarterly reports from different investing firms, and they are pretty open about the companies they're investing in. So method 2, no points for originality, just follow the leaders.
One of the best places to start to follow a leader will be our weekly podcast on a Monday that we'll be doing what's hot and what's not for the coming week with Matt from Stake. He is an expert in the field and will be giving us some tips on what he's looking at and some broader sort of industry trends that we can follow. So make sure you tune into that every Monday before markets open on Monday night.
Yeah.
Ren, number 3, and probably one of the the easier ones, I guess, to find inspiration, and one of the ones that I think is for a beginner a really good place to start, and that's to use your environment. What's that all about?
So just look around, Businesses are successful because people like us, everyday consumers, frequent them and spend their money at them. So, what are you buying? What do you really want? Do you want a new pair of Nike runners? Nike might be the company to invest in. Are you buying heaps of coffees lately? Starbucks might be the company to invest in. We're recording this, I'm looking at my Apple laptop. I've got my Apple phone next to me. Potentially Apple's the company I want to invest in. Speak to your family, your friends, your co-workers. Ask them what things they're saving up for, what they're really loving at the moment. Is there anything they've bought recently which they're really enjoying? That just everyday experience of interacting with brands is a great insight into which companies are doing well and which share price might pop in the future.
Absolutely. So those are three methods finding inspiration. There's so many resources online, particularly for the US market. You can start with Bloomberg, a great place to start reading. Have a look at the newspapers. There's so much information out there to do with companies, and you can use that as a point of reference, and then start having a look at the 3,500 odd stocks that are on stake. So jump in there and start having a play around. We have done a video on this with a bit more detail, as well as some vox pops from some professionals as well as some university students, and we ask them how they found their first stock or what was the inspiration for one of their most successful trades. So head across to our website, nexttoptrader.com.au, and there will be a video there on finding inspiration where you can tune into these professionals and university students and hear how they found inspiration.
Equity Mates and the people appearing in this program may have positions in the companies mentioned. This is general advice only. Please speak to a financial professional to understand how it may pertain to your individual situation.
Equity Mates!